Funny. Alright, let's boot up Smash. So I am in no way sponsored by Brownie Brittle. But God, that shit, I haven't had that shit in so long. God, it's so good. But I went to Target, right? Because I had to buy up all the toilet paper and. Oh, sure, I'll take that. Oh, they're cute. That's going on. Ooh, we should do that. We're gonna do that tonight as well. But yeah, so hey, I'm here, and this is unexpected of me. I was not planning on doing anything until next week, but then at the very last minute, I was like, I should. It's been 20 plus days, I think, since we did Pokemon. And at some point, I said that the next, in chat, I can't remember if it was episode 25 or episode 26. I said the next episode was going to be Smash Bros. If it was 25, 26 was Pokemon, so I'm hoping maybe I said it last time in episode 26, but we're here doing some Smash Bros. Because since then, it doesn't matter. Since then, I bought the DLC. I think we talked about this last time, but yeah, I have the DLC fighters now, and we're going to be continuing my quest for spirits tonight. We'll be working on spirits. We've got we're gonna do all the DLC ones. That's my plan for tonight. Plus, we'll probably do the new ones because let's see. Where? Ooh, there's more Petco. And there's the event one. We'll get back to that. But yeah, it's going to be a shorter episode. I'm not expecting to do the longest Smash and Chat tonight. I clicked on the wrong thing again. God, I don't even know why I have a Skull Kid team. It's not going to be the longest episode, but a lot of shit's happened in the past few weeks, especially with the apocalypse starting. I'm at 962 out of 1,400. That's a lot. That is a lot of spirits. Let's do freaking Morpeko. I don't think I've done Morpeko. 2,000 grab. So I think that's 2,000 attack. We can do the woodcutters. So yeah, we're just gonna be doing some spirits tonight. Maybe we'll hit the number up to 1,000. That'd be cool to do. I have not played Smash since Byleth came out. God, there is nothing more satisfying than getting that Byleth off. Getting the axe off. That is the most satisfying thing with Byleth. God, I love it so much. But yeah, tonight we've got a shorter episode, because we are in the apocalypse. And I know it's not the apocalypse. I mean, hopefully this will all just blow over in a few weeks. But I'm going to keep calling it the apocalypse, for lack of a better term. Yeah. But yeah, we have, it's a much shorter list. I thought I had more. I guess not. I'm surprised I've never done this Pac-Man Ghost. 260 grab. We'll do, what's his name next? There we go. But, Yeah, it's been a very interesting and complicated week. Because I feel like since Wednesday, everything has kind of exploded. Because the president, well, it started earlier than that, but the president came out and was like, oh, he was going to assure us that everything's going to be okay, and then we found out he was a big fucking liar, and nobody trusts him anymore, and toilet paper is sold out everywhere, so that's not good. I went to Target just a few hours ago. It is sold out everywhere. So. It's bad. It is. Toilet paper, any cleaning supplies, not like all like. I'm pretty sure like toilet cleaner was still there, but like cleaning wipes and whatnot, all completely gone. Some food was perfectly fine. Others was completely gone. And I don't know. I feel like because everyone's panicking, we're creating artificial supply and demand. So we probably shouldn't be doing that. And part of me is laughing at it. Like just like an entire 2 aisles of Target being out because of toilet paper is kind of funny in my opinion. But it is kind of apocalyptic. Kind of is. Hey, look, my bro's playing Mystery Dungeon. I got Mystery Dungeon and I gave it to my bro. That's it. He was way more interested in it than I was. So I have not played it.
Ready? Go!
Come on, I gotta get at least one hit off. God, that is... The zoom in is what makes it so satisfying. I should have used my charge again. God, it's just so satisfying every time. But yeah, yes. We'll get to the coronavirus stuff. I think we might end on that. Every time I beat a spirit, I always get that reward, like that. Oh, there's a problem with the reward. I finally figured out what that was. It's because I've used all my snacks. I am maxed out on snacks. That's why I get it so much. I finally figured that out. 960 defense. See, and there is such a difference between this spirit and this spirit. I always go with Tsubasa, but there is such a difference. But yeah, so I guess it's gonna be a shorter episode. We'll probably make it maybe an hour, maybe an hour 10, just because I've wasted the first 10 minutes, like I always do. But let's start off with the Xbox Series X. So we got a bunch of new information about this, and how Microsoft is going to do the Xbox Series X is going to be interesting. Like, we're in a fascinating time. I mean, E3 got canceled. Again, it would probably be better to start with E3, but I kind of want to do this in chronological order, because I'm usually never this on track for anything. Like, ever. But yeah, so we got a bunch of new information on the Xbox Series X directly from one of the horse's mouths. And it's really, there's some interesting stuff. 12 teraflops. Now, somebody explained teraflops to me recently. I mean, when this news came out. But I could not, for the life of me, tell you what teraflops are. I want to say they're like 12 teraflops is like a single teraflop is, or a single flop. Oh shit. A single flop is like how fast a computer processes information. And a teraflop is like is it like 1,000 or... A teraflop is a number of those. It's very fast. It's very fast at processing information. That's what that means. Variable rate shading, I think that also has to do with how much information it can process, how it looks maybe. So what spirits do I have to worry about in here? Okay, so there's Ring, the trainers, and the Dragonox. And this does confirm that Ring Fit Trainer is not going to be one of the DLC characters. That's what this, because anything that gets a spirit like this, Astral Chain, that's kind of how people have been taking it. I know there are no rules, and this is not guarantee, but if Astral Chain and Ring Fit Trainer don't get spirits, this is why. Even though I hear Ring Fit is like not only selling really well, but because of the quarantine in China, it's actually like sold out everywhere, and Chinese scalpers are selling it for like 250 a pop, which is crazy, but probably true. So we're going to do the spirits in order. We're going to use the character of the spirit to fight the spirits. So that may create a problem when we get to Terry, but we'll see.
Spirit Boy.
So we're going to start off with Joker. I do not know how to use... The only character I get is Byleth. And kind of Hero, because Hero's not unlike Robin. Yeah, so we got variable shading, which again, I think is all about speed. I think that's what that means. I could be wrong. Hardware accelerated, DirectX retracing. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. That could be something cool. That probably is. I don't know. This is probably going to be, what, like a $600 machine people are predicting? Which is crazy, but probably true. It's going to take me a minute to figure out Joker. Holy shit. But yeah, so the Xbox Series X seems to have a lot of big features. Which is... I was going to say, I hope it was just defeat the one spirit. Which is a good threat. The more, all these things just make a game run better. I'm not... the price is something I do worry about. The current guess is probably either $500 to $600. And there is probably going to be an Xbox Series S that's going to be on the cheaper side. It's going to be a smaller, less intensive console. It's going to have... It's just going to be an easier console. I wish the thing gave you the... I like that it gives you the check mark, but I like the clear as well. That clear tells me I've done it and I have the spirit. I wish it did that for the default spirits as well. Just to know that I have it. Well, I know it does it once you enter that, but that's only once you enter that. Next up is Quick Resume. Right now, a lot of things have Quick Resume. The Switch. Right, I can do that. That's really cool. I completely forgot what I needed. 480 grab. So Quick Resume is a feature I'm totally down for. And the idea of being able to do it on multiple games, because I know that, because I don't have an Xbox, my brothers do. I have a PS4, and I know PS4 has Quick Resume as well. So I'm down for Quick Resume. That's a cool thing that a console has. Doing it on multiple games, I'm assuming that's a result of some of the other better features on this thing, the 12 teraflops, that it can have multiple games in suspension. I don't know if I personally would use it that much, because while it's nice, it's not really a super big thing for me. God, I forget how much I just suck at grapple hook recoveries. Like Ness's. But, so that's cool. Smart delivery. Now, the way I understood the smart delivery thing is through the game they announced along with it, being Cyberpunk 2077. Basically, this is a really cool announcement that should be standard in the industry. But if you have Cyberpunk 2077, if you buy, let's say you buy it on a current generation console. Let's say I buy it on the Xbox One, right? My brother's Xbox One. Even though if I do buy Cyber, it's going to be on my PS4. But let's say, I buy it on the Xbox One. I can then if I buy an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series S, I'll have the new game on launch date. That's really cool. I know other games have done that. Like, I know the Vita had cross-share on some games and whatnot. I don't know if this... I think the Switch did have it on, like, Mutant Mudds or one of those. I couldn't tell you which one. But I know it did. So that's it's something that needs to be standard in the industry, and right now we're at like a perfect place with the start of the next console generation to do it. I don't know how many other companies are doing it. I don't know how many other companies are going to adopt it. But it's definitely something that should become standard. And Sony will hopefully take a cue from this and do it themselves. Like, if they could get the same deal with Cyberpunk or with another big game, that would be huge. If they put Horizon Zero Dawn on both PS4 and PS5, which might happen, might not, I don't know. Didn't someone at Sony say, like, the next year of PlayStation games will be on both consoles? Or was that somebody at Xbox? I know somebody in one of the groups said that. An attack of 250. So yes, I do think this is a great thing. Cyberpunk is a great game to get it with. Like, that's a big get, because everyone's super excited for Cyberpunk. I'm excited for Cyberpunk. I saw people saying that because of this whole coronavirus thing, they should just put out Cyberpunk digitally, like, soon, so that way people have stuff to play while in quarantine for the next few months. I mean, I'm in quarantine, but we'll talk about that later. I completely get it. So I think I figured out how this spirit works is you have, like, the normal spirit, which is the person, and then you've got the giant spirit, which is, like, the person's persona, or whatever. I don't know. I've never played a Persona game. I own Persona 5. I bought Persona 5, back in December and have yet to play it. Yeah, I own Persona 5. I've got other things. Smart delivery, and then it's going to be backwards compatible with the Xbox, with the original Xbox, the 360, and the Xbone. Cool. Xbox has been really good with backwards compatibility. There's tons of great games on it, especially with how they're doing especially with xCloud coming up. I don't think xCloud xCloud could probably do backwards compatibility, right? I see no reason it couldn't. I see no reason why it couldn't. But, like, the more backwards compatibility is something that for the longest time people didn't really care about in the industry. And then I want to say, like, the original, the PlayStation 2 did it. And then after that, like, everything had to do it. Even though I don't think the PS3 or the PS4 had backwards compatibility. I know Sony has backwards compatibility through, like, something. Like, they have it through, like, a weird, like, their streaming service or whatever. But it ain't the same, and we know it. I just want to get a slightly stronger defense spirit. Yeah, Chrysalis works. So, I don't know. I don't really use backward, like, because I still have a 360. It's sitting in a box in my attic, like all my other old consoles are. So I don't really. That one fast. So I don't really use backwards compatibility. I think it's a cool feature, but I don't entirely need it. And I think some people, Yahtzee Croshaw, put way too much value in backwards compatibility. But I don't know. Because, yeah, Yahtzee Croshaw, the second he complained about the Wii U the entire generation, and then the second the Switch came out, he said people should go buy a Wii U instead of the Switch. No, seriously, he did say that because the Switch didn't have, and one of the reasons he cited was because the Switch had backwards compatibility, or because the Switch didn't have backwards compatibility. What a perfect spirit choice, Futaba and the Inkling. I know very little about Persona, but this is like perfect. This is like you couldn't ask for stuff better than this. I'm trying to get better at dodging, admittedly. Like, that's been something, like, because I was fighting when Byleth came out. I fought against my brother, and that's kind of his big weakness, is that he's susceptible to dodging, but that's also my own big weakness. Oh, yeah. Sucker. Yeah, the Xbox, it's looking, you know, at the start of this generation, the current generation we're in, kind of. Again, the Switch is kind of a next-gen console. It's complicated. But at the start of this generation, I was adamantly anti-Microsoft. Very much so. And they still do a bunch of fucked up things. I've never played Persona 5. This is my favorite one. I love this design so much. That's adorable. I love that. And I love the Phantom Thief costume as well. Great. And again, I know nothing about the character. Maybe she sucks, but no, well, knowing Persona fans, they wouldn't tell me because Persona fans are freaking great. I'll be one of them one day. But yeah, I was very anti-Microsoft. And Microsoft does make some fucked up moves. They are very willing to put microtransactions in their game, which is not a good thing. They're very open to microtransactions. They're very open to DLC and stuff like that. I don't know if they've put loot boxes in a game. If you told me they had, I wouldn't be surprised. Just because that's a very Microsoft thing to do. But yeah, they still have problems. So, other companies like Sony and Nintendo have figured this out. I know some people say first-party games don't matter. First-party games are the only reason I bought a PS4. I mean, sure, is it going to be cool to play Cyberpunk? Maybe. Yeah, sure, but it's not. But I take way more value in games like Spider-Man, which we will talk about tonight, because I don't think I've talked about Spider-Man yet. 380. But Microsoft's big problem is they keep fucking up first-party games. They need to fix that. They need to get their shit in order and make some good, high-quality first-party games. I think they can do it. Again, I still like the original Xbox, Halos 1 and 2. Really great. God, they released Halo 1 on PC. But I still love I've been watching Achievement Hunter recently do both the Halo game, doing the Halo games and Criminal Masterminds. They've started the Doomsday Heist Criminal Masterminds, and I've been rewatching the old one. God, good stuff. Good stuff. You think we're gonna get another re-release of GTA 5? I would guess yes, but I could see no. God damn it, I was just a little too far. There we go. But yeah, just use your... Microsoft just bought up a bunch of studios. They need to use those studios to make a bunch of good, high quality first party games. No microtransactions, no bullshit. Just the best of what the studio has to offer. That's what Microsoft needs to do. I think they can do it, but they need to get their heads out of their ass. No DLC. Or no, DLC is fine. It's no microtransactions. No like, oh god, what's like buying skins or whatever. None of that shit. Just good, high quality games. I'd like to think they could do it. What is? Does Joker have a counter? I don't know what his downs or his down is. God damn. This fight's kicking my ass. That's really all I gotta say. I mean, I wanna like the Xbox Series X. And even though I've always hated the Xbone, I'm glad it's there because competition is healthy. Especially because like it's encouraged PlayStation to do better, make a lot of non-bullshit good first-party games like God of War, like Horizon. They got exclusivity rights to Persona, so that's pretty good. I think the down smash has to be a counter. That's the only thing that makes sense in my head. Yeah, there we go. I'm just too slow on this one. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Anything else? Anything else about the Expo? How are they gonna? We'll get back. Okay, so E3 is canceled. We'll talk about it a little later and my thoughts on it. How is Xbox going to reveal their console next? Because we all kind of know, and I think they even said that they were saving the big reveal for E3. That was their plan. Not a bad one. Especially because they announced the Xbox Series X at the Game Awards, which has put them a step ahead of Sony so far, who still has not announced the PS4. And I don't know. I know they're playing the cards close to their chest. A lot of people were expecting a reveal last month. A lot of people are expecting a reveal this month. Who knows how the coronas has affected that. I haven't seen it do that before. I cannot do this. Let's keep going. But yeah, my guess is they're gonna do a Nintendo-style Direct thing around E3 and just give us everything. I guess a November release date, Halo Infinite, go into a deep dive on that. Probably some other big thing. I mean, it's not about, like, they've got Halo Infinite for launch. So the question is, what do they have for beyond launch? That's the big one. They need something else big. Because I think the Switch found great success in having Breath of the Wild at launch, and then having Mario Odyssey a few months after that. I need a drink. I think that was really good for the Switch. I mean, you don't need it, but I felt like that just worked. Like, it was having, like, two games right off of one another, right off the backs of one another. There we go. Having two big games right off within a few months of each other to really get people in. Because I did not like Halo 5. I did not play... I didn't play any of them, but from what I saw of Halo 5, it did not impress me. I know a lot of people, more people were disappointed by Reach than they were Halo 5, which is crazy. But I don't know how to feel about Infinite. It could be good. I want it to be good. Especially because playing Halo, seeing Halo Reach come out again, and Halo, the original Halo, it's really interesting because I realize one of the things I like about Halo is that it's one of those games where you go in and its combat's a lot slower. It's not like Call of Duty is one hit, one kill weapons. Halo is a lot slower. There's a lot slower combat. Characters are these big, bulky things. You can't just headshot them to get the instant kill. It's a lot more... It's combat evolved, like Call of Duty is very like one hit, one kill. At least that's how I feel. I mean, I haven't really played gun game in a while. That new Call of Duty thing came out. That's interesting. I ate one of those brownie brittles and now it's like stuck in my throat. It's not actually stuck in my throat, but it feels like it is. Oh. Nope, I've got Coronas. 970. I thought it was a 2-star. 970 grab. Interesting. But yeah, I'm interested in the Xbox. I'm way more interested in the PS4, especially because when they do that reveal, I don't know when that's going to be. That could be any time. I don't really have a prediction for that one. I think they're going to do with, I think a big part of the PS5's reveal, I think they're going to show Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that's going to be a launch game. I know we've got The Last of Us here in like a few... Is that in June? And that's big. But I do think Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is going to be a launch game. They're probably going to announce Spider-Man for probably holiday season next year. Spider-Man 2, which, God, I'm super excited for that game. Because Spider-Man was so good. We'll talk about it. So that's a neutral, so I can go whatever I want. I like Tsubasa. Tsubasa is my go-to spirit for some reason. I like the extra jump boost, and I fight a lot of attack spirits.
Ready? Go!
Ooh, Majora's Mask. Took out one of them. I'll take a Mother Brain. Don't screw me over, Robin. But yeah, that's all I've got on that. I'm trying to find more stuff to say about it. Oh god, I did just think of Stadia. Stadia is doing so bad right now. Everyone's forgot it existed. I thought Stadia could do some good. Really, I was fine with Stadia existing, but it's just so underwhelming. Alright, this is going to be the biggest pain in my ass ever. There are some 3-star spirits. Baby Bowser, I still have been unable to beat. God, it's a lot of spirits.
Ready? Go!
Real quick, I want to pull up my topic list. We talked about Xbox. We talked about Cyberpunk. Let's talk about Yacht Club Games. So, Yacht Club Games did a Yacht Club Presents. which is basically their Nintendo Direct. I think this is the second one they've ever done. So this is fighting like all the previous spirits, isn't it? And I liked the first Yacht Club. I don't really see the purpose for a Yacht Club Presents. Like, it's very unnecessary in my opinion, but it's kind of cool when they do. It's kind of cool when they do it. And this time, one of the big changes was they had like an actual presenter this time. I think it was the head of the studio or one of the head developers or something like that, which which points out something. So I thought the PlayStation Directs were very underwhelming. Just, they've always been missing something. Like, Nintendo has somehow mastered Directs, and PlayStation's not even getting close. And I've kind of wondered why, but now seeing the Yacht Club Direct, I think I get it. Oh god, I'm amazed I thought I missed that. But because what the Yacht Club Direct did, presents, is that it had actual, like, people. It had the director of Shovel Knight, it had... Who else did it? It had the head of the studio or somebody else of importance. And that's what made it good. Is that it had people. It had that human connection. And seeing people talk about E3, one of the things that people keep pointing out is how losing E3, we lose that human connection to E3. And they're right, kind of. Because sometimes that human connection is good. That one moment with Michel Ancel at Ubisoft a few years ago, where they did the presentation and then afterwards their mic was left on and you could hear them say in the background like, oh, we nailed that. Right? That was a great human moment. But those are far and few in between, in my opinion. So, I don't know if we need it. I feel like Nintendo has gotten away with being very human for the past few months off of just doing what they're doing. They didn't need like a big... They've been able to pull off that human aspect that so many other corporations lack. And part of it is admittedly because they're Nintendo. Nintendo is very good at being personal. Can other studios pull that off? I don't know. And we just lost. There's no... I was going to say that killed the shit out of me. I didn't know it could defeat you like that. This is going to be a hard one. But I see, because Nintendo can pull it off, I don't know if other companies can. But Yacht Club Games did a good job at it, and I think Sony should learn from this and have somebody... And you don't need it all the time. Nintendo has... Not Kimishima. The guy who's in charge of Switch, the guy who directed Mario Odyssey, he's been doing Nintendo Directs recently. I know it's been a long time since he's done... It's been almost 200 days, I think, since the last Nintendo Direct. But he did a good job at it, and I feel like we need more people like that. Sony needs someone like that to give their directs what they lack. You know what I'm saying? Sony can learn a lot from this direct. They really can, and I hope they do. But yeah, so the direct started off with Cyber Shadow, which is a spiritual successor to Ninja Gaiden. I do not like Ninja Gaiden that much. I was not a fan of The Messenger, which was, what, a year back? It's just not my style of game. There we go. I did not like The Messenger, and I don't know. I never liked Ninja Gaiden. I know some people really do. I'm not one of them. However, I will admit that this looks really great. Yacht Club Games knows what they're doing. And it's not entirely Yacht Club that's working on this. It's another... God, I was hoping to save that. I was hoping not to get this until... Oh, that's bullshit. God damn it. I was waiting for it. But yeah, I think Yacht Club Games can pull this off. I mean, I trust it with whatever they do. Cyber Shadow, it looks really good. They've got those classic Ninja Gaiden cutscenes. I think there was a cute robot. I did not rewatch the presentation tonight. I just remember it being good. We learned some new information about it, that the Amiibo fairies, which I have all my Amiibo right here sitting on my desk. Because I still have no, I've been waiting to get like a can of compressed air to clean my Amiibo, but I either have not been to the store, or getting a can of compressed air or whatever has not been my #1 priority. If that makes any sense. Fork. We'll do one more attempt, and if we fail, we'll move on to the next. We'll do Hero Spirits. But yeah, the Amiibo thing, it's not really something we needed, because Amiibos are kind of done with, and I would not have been surprised if they announced the Cyber Shadow Amiibo, but they didn't. And I'm fine with that. Amiibos are basically dead. Once we get these last, 10 DLC characters, Amiibos will finally be over. I don't think any new game is going to get Amiibo. They're not going to reprint. Besides for the Smash ones, I don't think they're going to reprint anytime soon, at least. At least that's my guess. As a gambling man, I would guess that once these Amiibos are done with, it's over. Fork me. Let's move on to Hero Spirits. But Cyber Shadow looks good. The Amiibo stuff's interesting. I have a lot of faith in this game. It's Yacht Club Games. They know what they're doing. Didn't we just get these little guys? There's only a page. Huh. So yeah, next up, they showed off more Shovel Knight Dig. I'm amazed that's not coming out this year. That seems like a game that, they announced it so early. I am genuinely surprised it's not coming out this year, but it's not. So 170 attack. Is that Fossil Fighters? God, I watched the Jaden Animations video on Fossil Fighters. Really, Jaden Animations is so good. I'm surprised I didn't start watching her until, I think either this year or late last year. She does a lot of good stuff. But yeah, so Shovel Knight Dig, we saw a new knight, Hive Knight, good design. It's a really good design. They're all great. I am interested in that game. I've liked Nitram for a while now. And it's Yacht Club. I doubt they wouldn't just give their game to anyone. So I have faith in it. I suck at the hero spells, and I suck with the hero's recovery. I'll admit that right now. The recovery is it's a charge one, and I suck with it straight up. But yeah, next up, but it still looks good. They're still showing off at PAX. It's so far away, and I don't know why. I feel like it shouldn't be that far, but it is. Oh, I'm disappointed it wasn't K. Rool acting as King Slime. That would have been really funny. That would have been really funny. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. Or even King Dedede acting as King Slime. Next up, they unveiled a new game, Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, which is a puzzle game. You got a new knight, Puzzle Knight, and it's like a puzzle game. It looks pretty good. So 220. Again, it's a game that they're announcing over. It's over a year away, which I think that's too early to announce a game, honestly. I know AAA studios do it all the time, where they when did they announce Beyond Good and Evil 2? Right? That was 3 years ago now. It'll be 4 in June. And we have nothing. There is definitely something that's too early of announcing a game. Like, if they had announced both these games at this Direct, or at the Presents, if they had announced both Shovel Knight Dig and the new if they had just announced Dig, I would have been super excited. Because I feel like it's more tangible being a year away than it was last year when it was 2 years away. And hopefully it'll be earlier in the year, but yeah. I don't know. See, I don't know if Yacht Club is big enough to need something like this. Does that make sense? Like, Yacht Club is a big... Right? They're an indie studio. Like, Devolver gets away with it because they do their conference as a joke. Which I love that Devolver was the one to... I'm jumping all over. Coronavirus is just... I was with my parents yesterday talking about it. And we talked about it probably for like 2 hours. My brother was so sick of us talking about it. My brother just hates when we talk about politics at the dinner table. That's something that annoys him and my father. 440 grab. Yeah, I don't know if Yacht Club needs a Direct. I mean, I had a good time watching it. I just don't know if they need it. Let's see. Oh, I can always go to my classic, Raymok 2. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong about that. And then they ended it off by saying they have 2 unannounced games in development. So Yacht Club is working on a lot of things. They're not just doing Shovel Knight. Presumably, they're also not just doing, like, Shovel Knight card or, like, whatever. I hope they're new IPs. The idea I see thrown around a lot is, like a Shovel Knight... What is it? Or, not a Shovel... Like them Yacht Club's making their interpretation of a Zelda game. I think that's a really interesting idea that I would love to see. That's a generally great idea. Oh no. I think I would love I think them doing like a Zelda style game, probably inspired more by Link to the Past than Zelda 1. I don't know, I'd be fine with it either way. The problem is Zelda 1 is just so unintuitive. Like, I knew how to play it, but that's because of 25 years of internet exposure. I don't know if you could make Zelda 1 nowadays and it'd be as understandable for a large group of people. Right? Like, that makes sense, right? Because it's more complicated than just... Because Zelda 1 is very complicated. Link to the Past, however, is way more accessible. It still has its problems, but it's... A lot more people can get into Link to the Past than could Zelda 1. At least that's my thought on it, anyways. Cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The other idea, though, I had for one of their games, and I guarantee you other people have said it, what if they're working on a game for Nintendo? I mean, the studio that did Crypt of the Necrodancer got to work on a Zelda game. That means that, theoretically, other studios could be working on Nintendo properties. And if I were to say, like, hey, you could have any non-Nintendo studio make a Nintendo game, the first one I would go to would be Yacht Club Games and have them make a Mario game. I'd also probably go to the Fast Racing MX guys and have them make a have them make an F-Zero game. I completely forgot the name of F-Zero there for a minute. That would also be something I would very much be happy to do. Are they doing it? I don't know. Probably not. But wouldn't it be so cool if one of those 2 unannounced projects is a Mario game inspired by Shovel Knight? There's also talks that Yacht Club Games have hired a lot of people for to make 3D games, which in no way surprises me. How do I self-destruct? Oh, snooze would have been perfect. I think I gotta self-destruct to do this. I don't know. I don't know if the Franklin badge would block the self-destruct. But yeah, those are my ideas. A 3D game would also be kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yooka-Laylee was not the worst game I've ever played, but it also was not the best. Never played Super's Lucky Tale and have not played Hat in Time yet. I heard it runs better on Switch. Zoom. Oh shit, I meant accelerate. Oh god. It's all about predicting where it's going to go. Ooh, I lost the Franklin badge. Nope, I could not do it. I bet if I exploded, it'd work. This is an interesting spirit. I don't remember anything like this. But yeah, I love the idea of them working on a Nintendo game. A Metroid game would also be really cool, even though I'd probably give a Metroid game to, the guy who did Axiom Verge. I'm honestly amazed that he was doing Axiom Verge instead of a Metroid game, if that's what they gave him instead. Because they revealed that Metroid game at a Nintendo Direct. So I'm... Oof. Let's oof.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Defeat.
We'll get this eventually. Yeah, overall, the Yacht Club Direct was okay. It's a little unnecessary. Didn't they also do it, the same week as PAX? Wasn't PAX also around that same time? So I get why they did it. I don't know how necessary it was, but... I mean, I still had a good time, and I enjoyed it, I guess. So, if I could have if I could have moved, if I could get under him in Kamikaze, that'd be good. But I can't micromanage. I can't do both the menu and, move or whatever at the same time. I keep roaring around the bush here with this Yacht Club Presents thing. Next up, I guess we should probably talk about the games I've played, because I guess it's not like we have that many topics left, and I am kind of saving COVID-19 for the end of this. Because a lot of shit's happened, a lot of shit's been canceled. Fork me. Oh god, if I was just facing the other way, I would have totally gotten that. So what games have I been playing? Not much. Not much at all. This was finals week for me in college, and I was very freaking busy. I've been very busy. I have not been playing much. The two big things are Spider-Man PS4, and we'll talk about Dragon Quest XI's here in a second. Spider-Man PS4 is intro, because I've been playing this for a while now, but I don't think I've talked about it prior to this. Come on. Oh god. God damn it, I was so close. Do I have Metal Killer on? I must. Give me Metal Killer. Why the hell? I didn't need auto heal. Give me Metal Killer. Why the hell didn't I have Metal Killer? So I started playing Spider-Man PS4 shortly after I got my PS4 back in Christmas. I played it. It took me, I don't know, a few weeks to beat. I beat it sometime in maybe early February, maybe later than that. No, maybe earlier than that, I mean. But I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to give any twist away, but there was one twist I knew about that the game, like, doesn't tell. Like, there's one that you can predict very early on. There was one, however, that I did not know about, and I was like, oh, it's probably going to happen in, like, the middle of the game. It's how the game ended. So I knew the ending of the game at the very start, which kind of... I'm looking for, what, 290? Which kind of sucks, but, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? But overall, it's such a fantastic game. I did 100% complete it. I got the Platinum Trophy in the main game. And it was a lot of fun overall. The one thing that sucked was at the end, because I completed the backpack missions and landmark missions very early on. That was something I did, I don't know, maybe a few hours in. Like, that took me no time whatsoever. The mission that took me forever was to complete all the districts. You have to do all the district crime. I had been doing district, right, whenever it appeared on my radar, I did district crime. The last, like, 4 hours of that game was just me doing district crime. It took forever to do all of the district crime. I also had to go and clear out, like, a warehouse or two. But other than that, yeah, no, that was, other than that, completion was fairly easy. I was able to get it all done, yeah, fairly easy, and the story was great. Yuri Lowenthal was a great Spider-Man. There's a lot of things that I don't want to give away that are twists, but they were all really well done. 950 neutral. Let's use Tsubasa. There were so many great things in that game. And then I started the DLC, because I bought the complete edition, so I have the DLC. And I've currently... I completed the, what's the main one called? The first one is the heist, I think? I completed the heist. I 100% completed the heist. I did the second part, which I really enjoyed the heist. The heist was freaking great. A lot of fun. The heist I thoroughly enjoyed. The second part, which is, I think, Turf War, I enjoyed a little less, but I finished Turf War, I finished the story, and I think I just have the district crime left. And then I've done the Turf War, and then probably tomorrow, honestly. Tomorrow, let's do the tacos first. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably tomorrow, I'm going to do the final part, which is Silver Lining, I think. I'm going to finish up, I'm going to do all the district crime and the heist, and then I'm going to do Silver Lining. And yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed Spider-Man. It's so good. I basically bought a PS4 just for Silver Linings, and I am so glad I did. It was so worth the money. Or not, did I say silver? I mean for Spider-Man. Spider-Man was probably the most influential factor in me getting a PS4. And I'm glad I did. It's one of those games that makes up for it. And plus now I'm gonna go play God of War, and because my console came with God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm gonna play those games. Uncharted 4 went on sale for like $5, so you better believe I bought Uncharted 4 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, it was like $4. It was $5, but I got it $4 on sale. So you better believe I'm playing Uncharted 4 eventually. I still don't have Bloodborne. Yeah, I need to get Bloodborne. It's like $15. It's not that bad. But I've got a bunch of games. I've got Persona 5, like I just said. I have not played it yet, but I own it. And yeah, that's big. I feel like there's something big. I did play a little bit more Dead Cells. The second you get onto the hard mode, it breaks me. Like, I can do normal mode, I can beat the game, I can beat all 3 of the bosses, the Bad Seed boss, the Giant, and the Hand of the King super easily. But the second I get onto that, just one boss stem cell, it just kicks my ass. And it's just the final boss. Getting any of the other bosses, I can easily do. But that final boss is just... Nope, I cannot beat the Hand of the King. And I've kind of lost motivation to do it. Ooh, I got Tsubasa Max. Ooh, that took a while. There is something I'm forgetting. And Dragon Quest XI's, yes, is technically something I'm forgetting. We're going to give this 3 tries and then we're going to move on. It would be, what, grab? Ooh, that's good. Ooh, why didn't I take KO's heal damage into, what's-his-name's fight? God, that was dumb of me. Because I don't think I did. There is some, I played a little Minecraft. I had an audiobook to listen to, and the update came out that added, like, netherite stuff into the game. And so I was curious, so I played some Minecraft, and, I have not even gotten to the netherite stuff yet. God, this boomerang guy. Oh, is this an HP battle? God, I know there's at least one of... Oh, Chikidu. Chikidu got an update, the Acrobatic update, even though it's just by default it's a snake. It's a fun update. The new levels, I don't like the space level. I don't think I've only played the new space level once. I don't think it's as bad as like Metal Plant or Dance Party, but I don't think it's that great either. It's just, there's this one tennis ball in the middle. Like, if you were to get rid of that, I think it would be less annoying. Because that's just, it's always in the freaking way. I'll take that. Yeah, I guarantee you there's something I'm forgetting. It's been at least a month, and I don't think I've just been playing Spider-Man the past month. Especially because I think I had beaten it by the last Splatoon, when we did the Pokemon Enchant. I'm like 50% sure I had beaten it by then. Oh, King Dedede is the king. But the other thing I've been playing, so there was a thing where Dragon Quest... I think it was at Target. Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition went on sale at Target for, I want to say, it was like $40. Now, I'm not a guy who makes impulse purchases. If I'm going to buy something, I usually plan it out months in advance. See Animal Crossing or even Mystery Dungeons, which again, I bought it kind of. My brother's been playing it. I'll play it when he's done with it or whatever. And then, oh, I thought we were at the hero finally. What the? Ooh. Who is? I'm trying to think. So I bought Dragon Quest XI's. I made an impulse purchase. It's very rare of me to do that. Usually if I buy something, I plan it out a long time in advance. But I was like, I've been hearing nothing but great things about Dragon Quest XI's. Specifically, well, from people I follow on Twitter. But I also want to highlight the Game Explains Game of the Year discussion. In their Game of the Decade discussion as well. Dragon Quest XI, I think, made it into their top 10 games of the decade. All they did was talk about how great it was, especially the Switch. Like, the PS4 version was fine, but the Switch version was amazing, and it was on sale, and I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna buy it. I think I've played it for like 6 hours, and maybe only 5. I am not great at it. Admittedly, like it's a very classic RPG, which I've taught my history with the Dragon Quest franchise. I've only played one. During E3 one year, I remember Reggie talking about Dragon Quest 9 on Nintendo DS. And I was like, that sounds like a fun game. So I picked up Dragon Quest 9, and it's one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I've only played it once. I will probably never play it again. Because RPGs are so... Nah, that's a lie. I will probably play it again one day. But RPGs are a big commitment. But the entire time, I thoroughly enjoy it. I have a lot of memories, especially of the first half of the game. I remember a lot less about the second half. Nope, I missed it. But I do have good memories of especially the first half. And I do kind of remember the post-game for some weird reason. Cool that they gave you a Maxim Tomato. Oh god, out of all the spells, that was the one I had to get unlucky and get. I just realized, is Sheik supposed to be the carnival guy? Is that who Sheik is? That is kind of hilarious, actually. But yeah, I've met the first guy. I've just done the opening sequence. I've met the first guy, we broke out of prison, and I got the crystal. That's all I've done so far. Find out that everyone's dead, which... God, I hope everyone... I was so confused at that scene. I was like, wait, what? Did we travel back in time? No, my first thought was, there's a game. I could not tell you the name of it. Where you leave... Maybe it was a game, it might have been like a TV show or a movie or something. Where the guy leaves town, and then when he comes back, nobody remembers him. It's as if he never existed. It's really it might have been an anime. But he leaves town, and when he comes back, nobody remembers him. Fuck, what was it? We're gonna do the Byleth stuff. I've been trying to think of what it is. But that's the scenario, that he leaves town, and when he comes back, everyone all of a sudden has forgot of his existence. And it's because of a prophecy chosen destiny thing. It's really fat. God, I don't remember what I'm thinking of. Oh, I have 2. Was the golem in game by default? Why do I have 2 golems? Huh. That's weird. Whatever. Oh, I did not change out of. Let's go Suicide. Let's go get Byleth. But yeah, there's something like that where the character leaves town, and when he comes back, everyone's forgotten him. And that's what I thought was going on. And then I saw the time travel thing, and then you see your young self, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. But it's interesting so far. I'm like at the end of the first chapter maybe. I've not met any of the other characters. I'm probably going to be playing it more soon, especially because of the coronavirus and everything that's canceled. But it's good so far. It's very classical RPG. I don't entirely like... I should have changed to female Byleth. I don't entirely like what happens when you die, where you either got to go back to, like, the last checkpoint, like, last place the game auto-saved, but the game's autosave system is not always the best, in my opinion. Oh, God. Are they going to rest me? Why is it not using rest on me? Yeah, but at the start, at least for the first, like, little bit I've played, I have thoroughly enjoyed what I've played. Ooh, cool. I have thoroughly enjoyed what I played. I also do admittedly need to get around to playing Fire Emblem Three Houses at some point. Have not bought that game, though. Because I told myself many, many moons ago that I would not play a new, I would not buy a new RPG until I beat Xenoblade Chronicles S. I have not beaten Xenoblade Chronicles S yet. I am the absolute worst. But I impulse purchased. It's not me, but I did it. I'm just gonna assume I'm the female. I always like female Byleth and female Corrin just look better. I'm gonna say it. And yeah, I guess that's all. I know I'm forgetting something. I know I am forgetting something. But I could not for the life of you tell you what. So I guess that leads us into our last big topic, which is the coronavirus. I'm not going to go into the history or anything like that. I'm mostly going to talk about cancellations. So all of these cancellations really started with GDC. They decided to cancel GDC, and that was big. That was a very big thing, because a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money over that. And yeah, because as time has gone, like, at first it was just kind of like, it was a China thing, and then it was like, oh, we're going to try to lower it, but as we have found out recently, and when I say recently, I mean in, like, the past, like, 2 days, we did nothing. Not only did we not do anything here in the United States, specifically the president, not only did we not do anything to limit it, we have no way of testing for it. Testing, I think it's for every million people, there are 5 tests, which is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's bad, but it keeps getting worse. And then the president, and I feel like everything. The president gave his address, and everything just exploded. They dumped $1 billion. They jumped $500 billion, $500 billion into the stock market, and it looked, when I saw it, it went up for like a minute, and then the stock market just plummeted again. It might. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it today, admittedly, but that's bad. And if anyone ever tells you that, oh, we can't afford, if we're going to do universal health care in this country, if we're going to pay off everybody's college, oh, where are you going to get the money for that? They're full of shit, because we just pumped $500 billion into the stock market that we pulled out of our ass. And universal health care would maybe cost a few billion. I know paying off everybody's college is $250 billion. So, and they're going to pump another $1 trillion into the stock market. I think there's supposed to be 1.5 trillion in total. Yeah. Yep, but shit went down. But before that, a lot of other things got canceled. Emerald City Comic Con got canceled. I know that because, like, they were trying to hold out. Emerald City Comic Con was trying to hold out for the longest time because PAX still happened. But eventually it was, nope, they needed to cancel, and they did. They did the right thing. So Achievement Hunter was doing... I'm a big fan of Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth and all those guys, right? And they were going to be doing a series of live shows. Now, I know some people have problems with YouTuber live shows. Personally, I don't. I went to the Game Grumps one, God, was that last year? And it was a little underwhelming, but overall, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a good time. I would be generally lying. And I was interested in this Achievement Hunter one. The problem is I just didn't have the money. But they canceled that, which at the time I saw a bunch of people complaining about. But it was totally the right move. Especially now that everything's gotten a hell of a lot worse in the past, like... Again, it only feels like I know people were freaking out before and like buying up all the toilet paper. That's been going on for the past few weeks. But like in the past like 3 days, ever since that presidential announcement, I swear things have just been getting more and more chaotic. But let's use Alicorn. But yeah, South by Southwest got canceled. That's a big one because that's the Austin economy right there is heavily based on South by Southwest every year. I'm surprised it's not on the bottom platforms. And for them not to have it is a big forking deal. Like, that's huge for them not to be having South by Southwest. That is huge, and that's gonna hurt. But then the one that finally happened yesterday... was it? Maybe it was 2 days ago now. E3. E3 finally got canceled. I personally will not miss it. I don't know, like, I refuse to let them forget, remember when they leaked all the journalists' information? Yeah, we should not let them forget that. Oh, crap. Is it a grab spirit? We should not let them forget that. The ESA is a bunch of dickheads. If I remember, wasn't it the ESA that did, Sopa and Pippa? I swear to God, you can double check me on that. But isn't that the ESA? I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I don't think I am. Which I know sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. But yeah, screw the ESA, and I don't know. I don't think we need it that much anymore. I feel like we have gotten by without E3. We can get by without E3. Studios can just do their own directs. I mean, PlayStation already does. PlayStation wasn't going to E3, and I think these studios are going to see that we can still get a lot, that they can get their entire message across without them. I still do think they should all agree to come around in like a certain week, like around the same time as E3, and just do like their own events. Because if you saw the document for what E3 was going to be this year, supposedly, it was terrible. The plan for E3 was a very bad plan. It was based around influencers and line culture and whatnot. It looked utterly terrible. And that could have just been the plan. That may not have been what actually happened at E3. That is totally possible. God damn it, I keep... Oh god, that... Come on, hit! Hit, god damn it, hit! There we go. I just needed that hit off. But yeah, I'm not going to miss E3. I am not going to miss E3. I'm glad it's gone. I'm not glad it's gone. I mean, there are people with jobs. Oh, Jeff Keighley also left E3 last month. And that's not a good sign. That 1,000, God. That was not a good sign for E3 at all. Here's our reliable Tsubasa. So yes, I did not, and it's good that they canceled it, all the health thing. So if I'm correct, the Reyes, like the whole dragon is a spoiler. I've never played Three Houses, so I wouldn't know. I guess that dragon thing's a spoiler, and I guess a lot of people hate Rhea for some reason. Well, except for the fact that she's thick. But yeah, I don't know. I think company, especially as someone who's never gone to E3, I think companies can still get across the same information just doing their own presentations. I do believe that. And I mean, I know a lot of people care about like the personal information from E3. So I'm guessing the dragon showing up after Rhea was killed is like a massive spoiler, and that maybe she turns into a dragon at some point in the game. If I was a gambling man, I would bet that. But I very much am. Oh my god, perfect dodge, really. Stupid freaking dragon. It's best to just get in and hit it. But, yeah, they can do that. They can do these online presentations. And then they could just theoretically bring in a bunch of, like, journalists to play their games in their own time. There's also the idea of, like, hey, what if you just put a bunch of demos online? That's an interesting idea. The one I was watching Kind of Funny, I don't remember if they brought it up in the E3 is canceled, Kind of Funny Games Daily, or if I thought of it while watching it. They might have said it, I might have thought it. What if, because the worry with putting out demos is that people will hack them and find information from within the code. Every Pokemon demo that has ever been put out has been hacked. So I know for a fact that is something that happens. The thing is, though, what if Pokemon put out a, or what if, because all these companies are moving towards streaming services. Xbox has xCloud, Google has Stadia, PlayStation has something. What if Xbox put out a bunch of demos on xCloud? What if the demo, like around E3 time, they release a demo for Halo Infinite exclusively through xCloud? That way, Xbox has all the data and no one can hack it. Right? Like, that doesn't sound crazy, right? Like, that would be... I feel like a lot of people would think that would be really cool. Because that way they can play the demo. Oh god, I am doing terrible at this. I think if Xbox were to put out like a Halo Infinite demo through xCloud for around E3 time, like during their showcase, they were like, hey, guess what? We're doing the beta for xCloud. It's free. And as part of this, you get the demo for Halo Infinite. That would be a holy shit moment. That would earn PlayStation a lot of street cred. Imagine if Cyberpunk, the behind closed doors demo, Cyberpunk released a demo exclusively through Google Stadia. That would be huge for Google Stadia. I think that's a great solution for them to do. Oh, god damn it. Right? I can't be the only one who sees that. I don't know. That's just I think that's a great way to get around the problem of demos always being hacked. Come on. Oh, I thought I barely made it out of the range. I don't know. That was my big idea for how like Microsoft could get around the whole E3 thing and still get demos out there to people. Holy shit, I have no idea how I did that. I thought I was screwed. I thought I was screwed. But yeah, I'm not going to miss E3. And yes, the rest of the world in response... Ooh, 10,000 gold, that's nice. In the past 3 days, everything has shut down. Where I live, bunch of right, the governor put out a thing like, hey, don't do gatherings over 100 people. I was going to go see Escape to Margaritaville soon. The night I was going to go see it, the governor put out the warning, and it got canceled. I didn't. If it had been one day later, if they had put out it today, I would have seen Escape to Margaritaville last night. Yeah, gatherings over 100. I know there was a thing. The public schools are closed until next month. And when that happened yesterday, I was like, okay, I'm a university student. The universities are getting shut down. Because tons of universities have been shut down. Mine hadn't. And I was like, the universities are getting shut down. I was already betting, like, I'd originally bet on Monday. And then the governor did the thing. And I was like, yep, nope, it's happening. It's happening tomorrow. So I'd bet on today, this morning. Because I'd bet that the decision had already been made behind closed doors. But we were only going to find out about it today. And that's exactly what happened. This morning, my spring break started this week. And my plan, I'm going to actually be working on YouTube stuff starting Monday. My Monday through until Animal Crossing is all going to be just doing stuff for YouTube, getting caught up on Steven, and probably just Steven. That was my big plan. But now, how my university is doing it is they're extending spring break until April. So spring break was supposed to end on the 23rd, I think. And instead it's going till April, 6th. So far, that's their current plan. Things may change. We shall see. Let's go check the spirit board. Because there is one more thing I do have to talk about that I completely forgotten. And that is 380 neutral. That is Mario Lego. So on Mario Day, March 10th, which was, only 3 days ago, okay. It was, 280 neutral? Oh, 380 neutral, okay. Maybe I do want to use something more extreme. There's nothing good about that. Let's just use Dark Pit. So on that day, we got revealed Mario Lego. And what people originally thought it was, or at least what I saw, was that it was like a giant Mario Lego that you could put your Switch into. Yeah, no, that was not it for some reason. God, that was terrible. Yeah, no, that's what I was expecting, like a giant Mario Lego, and it had like some mini game or something. Nope, that's not what happened. Instead, it's like this weird Lego game hybrid that probably uses like NFC chips, and Mario can like talk and whatnot, and you can like move him around like a set thing of tracks, and you can jump on enemies and it'll make sounds. It's weirdly interactive, which I don't entirely understand. It's a really weird thing. I don't know. I used to be a Lego kid. I used to be huge into Legos. And then Minecraft came out. Minecraft was all the Lego I ever needed. Minecraft was so good. And it basically did what Lego did. It was a creation tool. And while I know there are no, like, Minecraft sets or whatever, it basically is... Minecraft can basically fulfill the same purpose. I totally get why people would still be into Lego, especially as Lego moves itself more and more towards collectors and adults and whatnot. I totally get that. I totally get adults still being into Lego. But personally, I kind of grew out of it. Now, admittedly, I have not played with Lego in many years. There actually, well, that's kind of a lie. There used to be like a car. I used to have like a car that when I was like cleaning my room from years, and I'd find like Legos strewn around on the floor, I would add it to this car. So I had this like monstrosity of a car built around random Legos. And then I think the car got smashed. Like I dropped a box on it at some point. It was bad. It was bad. Let's just beat a frog. 170 defense. But yeah, I don't personally, I don't really care for this Lego. It's just not my thing. I don't think they gave us a release date. I could be wrong about that, but I don't feel like they did. Oh god. Oh, Groose. What a great character Groose is. What a great character Skyward Sword had. A lot of people don't give it credit for that, how good of its characters it was. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we talked for like an hour and a half, even if I did lose track of time. You know, I thought Smash Bros. Would always be easier to do this show with. But you gotta focus just a little too much on Smash Bros. Splatoon was when I like default Splatoon, just the splat battles were so good for this show, just because they require just the bare amount of thought. Dead Cells would probably require too much, but I have plans. But yeah, I thought I'd do an impromptu episode tonight. I don't know. I swear I had more to talk about. Oh, the new Call of Duty came out. I watched a little gameplay of it. From what I hear, it's not bad. Like, from what I've heard, it's a Call of Duty game. But it's a Battle Royale game, and Battle Royale games are fun. It's the most like PUBG, which I'll still stand by. I really enjoyed PUBG when I played it. And I could never get into Fortnite because of all the building aspects. I refuse to give EA money. I also theoretically refuse to give Active Blizzard money. Except for, well, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, which, God, there's a dick move. What they did to Crash Team Racing. What a great game with fantastic developers who are so willing to support that game that Activision just had to make into an always online service. What a bunch of dickheads. I mean, it's still a good game, and I need to play more of it. What else? Anything? Did I do? Oh god, anime. I have not watched until like 2 days ago. I had not watched a single anime this year. The last thing I watched was that one about like the hero is like overpowered but overly cautious, which I never finished. I'm at like episode 10. But that was last year. I think I was episode 10. And I had not watched a single anime since then. Well, I finally sat down and watched me some animus. And, I admittedly, I didn't watch anything new. Instead, I rewatched one I had already seen, that being, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, which is, it's about a guy, it's about this girl who has a crush on a guy, and the guy draws monthly manga. Really? I'm trying to hit 380, right? God, why am I down here? Let's go, you. Oh, I'm trying to hit 290. Maybe, okay, the Link's one were probably fine. But I'd seen it before, and I really enjoyed it, but I was like, you know, I can more. It's been so long since I've watched anything. I should watch Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun again, because it's really funny. At least I remembered it being really funny, and it was really funny. Is this a Wario Land spirit? Is this like WarioWare? I mean, I know very little about the WarioWare series. Stupid. Does the princess run away? There we go. But yeah, I rewatched it. It was really funny. A lot of good character moments. The ending is very shonen, or not shonen. Shoujo. Is that the right word? whatever. I still really enjoyed it. And now I need to start watching new stuff. Maybe check out some of the new stuff this season that I've heard is good or that I was interested in. I mean, I've still been, like, keeping track of some of the newer stuff. I just haven't been watching anything. And it sucks, because I do enjoy it. It's just, there was a while where I just ran out of like, there was nothing new on that was interesting me. And that was a terrible time. Yeah, I've been keeping up with all the podcasts except for the Adventure Zone, which I still stand by is a great podcast. I really need some time to, like, sit down and listen to Balance. Because one of the things about the Adventure Zone is that it always has some very awkward moments in it. That's just kind of its nature. And I don't know, sometimes I can get over them. Sometimes it's like, ooh, like, this is very awkward. And that's kind of where I'm at right now in Graduation, where it's like, it's a very awkward moment, and I don't know, I'm just struggling to get through it. But I know once I do, I'll still really enjoy it, because I do like a lot of things about Graduation so far. Definitely, like, I've talked about the entire Adventure Zone on this show. But Amnesty, I was really, Balance, I really loved. I think it started, like, There Be Gerblins kind of sucks, but once you get to Murder on the Rockport Limited and beyond, it gets really good. Especially once you get to the second half of Pedal to the Metal. I admit Pedal to the Metal starts off kind of slow, but gets into it in the second half. And Crystal Kingdom also is kind of the same way, where it's a very slow arc. Freaking the time one was great, and the ending was really good. But then I didn't really love Amnesty. Like, the concept of Amnesty was really good, and the first, like, few episodes was really good, but after that I just couldn't get into it. Yeah, okay, I've done that one. So yeah, God, okay, let's see what's our collection at right now. I'm missing 5. Let's get 5. I know the show's over at this point, because I've talked about everything. I am literally struggling to talk about stuff, but let's get our last 5. Let's go for some Novice Spirits. 180. Anything else? Anything else I've been doing? It's just University got canceled, and that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be, like, especially because I mean, it's kind of nice to have a vacation, but especially when it feels like we're on the edge of an apocalypse right now, that's kind of horrifying. And, like, things should never have gotten this bad. Universal healthcare. This is perfect evidence that we need universal healthcare. Our government just demonstrated we have all the money. Also, the internet needs, because AT&T just put out a thing where they're getting rid of data caps, showing that data caps are fucking pointless. Internet is not a privilege, it's a right. Especially with more and more businesses moving into, like, internet integration, where, like, employees can work from home. Because there are tons of businesses, you don't need an office. Employees can just work from home. It's fine. I don't get it. 210 attack. Excuse me. Yeah, we need universal healthcare. God, should I even talk about the primaries? I'm pretty sure the Michigan primary was rigged. Like, have you compare the primary voting map in 2016 versus the map in 2020? It's been rigged. There's no way it hasn't been rigged. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just America's response to the coronavirus was so bad. I blame the president, because the president was so convinced that, like, it was trying to make him look bad, that he would rather just kill everybody else. And the president totally has the coronavirus. He has come in contact with at least, like, 4 people who have it. He keeps saying he doesn't, but he also hasn't tested himself. He totally has it. He totally has it. Oh, I haven't done a Daemon X Machina Spirit. That one. A grab of 210. Ooh, let's do marks. That's all I can think about. Let's just get these last few spirits. Let's get this bread.
Ready, go!
Any other random bullshit? Oh god, what's up with simp? Like I maybe had heard that before, but in just the past like 2 weeks, everybody's just been saying it over and over again. To the point where they're probably ruining it. Like, admittedly, like, I know the internet always likes to talk about phrases that get ruined, and they're probably doing that to simp right now. I mean, for the longest time, everybody kept using it, but nobody would explain what it meant. I finally figured it out. Somebody finally explained it to me. I don't, it's a guy who likes girls, but doesn't date them, and it's a very internet word. A defense of 400. I don't know. I've been seeing it everywhere just the past few days. Ooh, let's use you. Yeah. Overall, these DLC characters, I mean, I did okay with Joker. I don't love Joker, but I don't hate Joker either. I do. Banjo-Kazooie is an interesting one for me. I both like Banjo-Kazooie and also don't like him that much at all. I don't know. He's in a weird place for me. Hero I should like, but I cannot figure out his recovery that much, and I just don't use his down magic. Like, if I had a choice to use magic, I'd probably just use Robin. Because I like Robin. Robin's magic makes sense to me, and so does Hero's to an extent. But it's a weird one. Banjo-Kazooie's okay. Terry, I have not really used. I liked what I played of Terry, but it was nothing that special. 220 grab. Let's do you, Advanced Wars guy. Oh, I've been playing more Pokemon. They're currently doing, or they already, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's finished. I also don't know about the Kanto legendaries, if they're finished either. Or the Kanto starters, I mean. They did a Mewtwo event, but as part of the event, that was bullshit. As part of the Mewtwo event, it was a level 100 Mewtwo, so it was supposed to be really hard to fight. And then as a twist to the event, you don't actually get a chance to catch Mewtwo. I know if everyone gets a chance to catch Mewtwo, that would, like, destroy the game's economy or whatever. But who cares about the... Game Freak gives way too much a shit about the Pokemon economy. There are some because Pokemon is the perfect game for microtransactions. I mean, they kind of already do it with shit like, Mew, or aka $50 Bill, which I think is now down to $20. I think I saw that recently somewhere, that, like, it's gone on sale for 20. When I say somewheres, I specifically mean Wario64. Follow Wario64 on Twitter. If you're ever looking for good deals and whatnot, perfect account to follow. Oh god, I can't believe that worked. Holy shit. Yeah, follow Wario64 on Twitter. It's a great thing. And I mean, there's a few others, like Nintendeals or whatever it's called. Is this our last one? I think that's our last one. I think that's 1,000. Yep, there's 1,000 spirits. I am only 400 away. Alright, let's quit it right there. That's still... 400 is still a lot of spirits. Yeah, I've been stalling for 15 minutes. Plus, God, I kept getting lost tonight. I really did. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. We will be back Friday. It's almost like there's a certain special game that comes out on Friday that I will presumably be able to get. I'm probably even gonna buy a physical copy, but Animal Crossing is one of the few games where I totally understand the appeal of having a digital copy. Like, the fact that I'd never... like, when I have to put in a game, I gotta switch out the cartridges, but if I had Animal Crossing, I'd never have to worry about that. I totally get the appeal. I totally do. Yeah, so we will be back on Friday. Other than that, I'm gonna get some sleep. Achievement Hunter, because they canceled their live show, they're going to be doing a 12-hour stream tomorrow at 10 Central Time. I'm probably going to be there all 12 hours. I usually do the 24 hours of Extra Life, so I will probably be there for all 12 hours. Hopefully it'll be a fun time. I heard they're going to do Shock Jenga. That would be fun. I didn't exactly love the first 2 episodes of Rooster Teeth versus Achievement Hunter. They were just kind of whatever. But then the T-shirt cannon one was okay. The first episode was okay. The second episode sucked. The third episode, which was the T-shirt cannon, was okay. But ever since then, the T-shirt from the next episode on, it's been really good. Shock Jenga, the Lava Chicken one they just put out this week. There's one other one I'm forgetting that was also really good and really funny. It's not important. I've been enjoying it. I want them to do Secret Hitler in the next season of Let's Roll. Secret Hitler is my favorite board game of all time. Oh god, Edmund McMillan's probably doing a new board game with, it's not Skybound, not Team 17. Whatever, Edmund McMillan's probably doing a new game. His Binding of Isaac card game is I have it right here on my desk. I have the gold edition with the Binding of Isaac 4 Souls. Yeah, it's an I just have it on my desk because I don't have room for it on my shelf right now, because I'm redoing my shelf. Because I got a place to put these amiibos eventually. It's amazing. It's like I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Like, I was kind of skeptical, but once you get playing it, especially like one-on-one battles can be really intense. There are some great synergies. God, I need to play more Slay the Spire. I'm stalling. I don't even know why I'm stalling anymore. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you Friday. Until next time, peace.